we've got to talk about Luigi Mangione. Oh my goodness. The amount of think pieces coming out about this man. I have a question for you guys. Has your opinion of him changed at all? Were you previously neutral about the entire situation and now you are leaning negative against him, positive towards him, still neutral? I'm really curious how the handling of his case has impacted you guys' view of him. I will tell you guys that I recently reached out to one of my friends here, Stephanie from Allegedly Stephanie. She is a lawyer who provides a lot of legal commentary on, popular things in pop culture right now, right? And so I said, Stephanie, what is going on with this Luigi thing, right? Because when P. Diddy got arrested, it was very, very quiet, very, very discreet. There was no perp walk or anything like that. And the allegations against him are spanning decades. They're horrific. And he truly is a dangerous person who has reached out to alleged victims in an effort to silence them. He allegedly has blown up people's cars. He has done a lot of heinous things. But there wasn't, and he's famous. Like, this would have been a wonderful opportunity for that kind of fanfare. But it was crickets. And we don't get to see him coming in and out of these courtrooms. We only get sketches of him. We only get reports of what he supposedly looks like, but nothing on the scale of what we've been getting with Luigi, And initially, when we're talking about the Diddy stuff, people were saying we're not going to see much of him because this is a federal case. It's all kind of hush hush. It's not going to be live streamed like Depp v. Heard because that was a civil case. But if that is the case, then how come this, which is also a federal criminal case, is so publicized? They are doing photo shoots with this man like every other day. I have seen so many photos of this guy, and I just do not understand. So Stephanie, she told me, listen, hang on, let me see what she told me. I'm going to pull up my phone. No, shout out to you, Steph, by the way. She says it is a PR stunt. They're trying to get people to view him as a criminal. So like they're really trying to, and obviously if he did what he did and if he is found guilty, then he is a criminal. However, they really want to set an example when it comes to this guy. And I'm kind of feeling like, well, why didn't you want to send an example when it came to P. Diddy, or when it came to several other people who have done a lot of horrific things, and a lot of you guys have been talking about the school shooters. Y'all have a school shooter epidemic, and these people are not trotted out this way. These people are not hit with terrorism charges. So what's going on, right? I guess they're trying to quell an uprising because they see that so many people are fans of his, or his manifesto, or what it is that he stands for, I guess. I don't know. But I don't think that they're doing a good job of it. I think that with every step that they make, especially when you saw him in court the other day with like those cops hovering over him in a way you've never seen with other people, it looks ridiculous. And I agree with Ali. They are wasting taxpayer dollars. These cops are being paid so much to put on this display. And so we're going to actually go ahead and listen to what his lawyer had to say about this. Shout out to Luigi's attorney. I think she is a very, very strong attorney, and she could possibly have a case for helping to either decrease some of these charges or to help Luigi face as little time as possible, if any time at all, or even potentially get some of these cases dismissed, some of these charges dismissed. Okay, you guys. So let me go ahead and read you a little bit before I go out and play the audio for you, shall we? So this is the information that I've got about the Luigi situation for the time being. So here he was, and mind you, he was matching with his lawyer in court yesterday. It was kind of cute. It almost looked like it was her son or something like that. His lawyer is saying that his constitutional rights were violated. So let's take a listen to what exactly it is that she said.
My client's right to a fair trial in this case. He's being prejudiced by some statements that are being made by government officials. Like every other defendant, he is entitled to a presumption of innocence. But unfortunately, the way this has been handled so far, his rights are being violated. And as you know, Your Honor, there's a wealth of case law guaranteeing his right to a fair trial, but none of the safeguards have been put in place yet here. In fact, it's just the opposite of what's been happening. He's a young man, and he is being treated like a human ping pong ball between two warring jurisdictions here. These federal and state prosecutors are coordinating with one another, but at the expense of him. They have conflicting theories in their indictments, and They are literally treating him like he is like some sort of political fodder, like some sort of spectacle. He was on display for everyone to see in the biggest staged perp walk I've ever seen in my career. It was absolutely unnecessary. He's been cooperative with law enforcement. He had been in custody for over a week. He waived extradition. He was cooperative at all accounts. There was no reason for the NYPD and everybody to have these big assault rifles that, frankly, I had no idea was in their arsenal. And to have all of these, the press there, the media there, it was like perfectly choreographed. And what was the New York City mayor doing at this press conference, Your Honor? That just made it utterly political. And as Your Honor knows, under Lauro v. Charles, the Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit has held it to be clearly established that these staged perp walks to the media, unrelated to a legitimate law enforcement objective, is unconstitutional. And I submit there was zero law enforcement objective to do that sort of perp walk. There's absolutely no need for that whatsoever. And frankly, Your Honor, the mayor should know more than anyone of the presumption of innocence that he too is afforded when he dealing with his own issues. And frankly, I submit that he was just trying to detract from those issues by making a spectacle of Mr. Mangione.
So there you go. Shout out to TMZ once again for the video. I think that his lawyer has a strong case. Like, what was the reason for bringing out all of these cops and the SWAT team, everybody out here? It just looked absolutely ridiculous for a young man who already, proved that he is not a danger to society as a whole. The man, made sure to be as precise as possible when he chose his target and when he attacked his target, allegedly chose his target and allegedly fired on his target. Nobody else was harmed. When the cops found him at the McDonald's, he peacefully surrendered. So what is the reason for all of this? And when you've got the mayor showing up there too, meanwhile, the mayor's got his own criminal charges. It doesn't make any sense. So I'm really curious to see what's going to happen. Will they be downgrading some of these charges? I think they've overcharged him, to be honest with you. And I do not see him going down for terrorism or any of the other things that they are trying to get him on. And so I'm kind of curious what you guys think about that. Honestly, I feel bad. I feel like there are no winners here, in this entire case. It seems as though this is something that he potentially did because he was suffering from chronic pain, and his insurer was refusing to cover the medical care that he needed, including a surgery that he underwent and apparently was not reimbursed for, all sorts of things like that. And so this seems like desperation, anger, and angst and all of that stuff that apparently seems to resonate very strongly with a lot of American people. And I think that is evident in the way in which he is being supported. And so I really, truly hope that people use this anger to go ahead and vote properly. Because to me, again, it's insane to me that so many people support this guy and everything he's doing and everything he stands for. Meanwhile, look who y'all voted for as your president. Do you think this guy's going to give you free health care? The guy who was fighting to repeal Obamacare? It just doesn't make sense. Vote properly, y'all. The rumors are that his lawyer is the wife of someone in Diddy or Jay-Z's team because his family's got money. I also heard that the judge who is overseeing this current moment, like the pre-proceedings, is married to someone who is a CEO or high up in a health insurance industry. So again, I wonder if these things are going to be grounds for recusal or grounds for saying that this is an unfair trial. We're going to have to go ahead and keep an eye out. Caroline says, I've had multiple spine surgeries and I never thought to take anyone out. He will get a slap on the wrist. Oh my God. I am so sorry for what you went through. I can't even imagine the amount of pain. Like, the spine is like literally the core of your entire body. So to be having issues with it, to be feeling pain with it, I cannot even imagine. I think it's Jay-Z's lawyer's wife. Listen, y'all, there's a lot going on here, you guys. There really is a lot of moving pieces. So watch this space, keep an eye out. I definitely will continue to update you as new information arises.